Hello people, welcome to Dollar TV. I'm your host Dollar Zambia. So many episode na chache decide kuleta muntu guys when muni vuta like muni tagging, oh, we should bring this guy, bra all that stuff. So they have decided to call the one and only the McCain King Tribute. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Finally.
Yeah. Today guys, so like me. I'm interested to know, like, when did you start your music journey? Like, you were talking me, I can rap, I can sing with you.
All right. So, interest in music in Ambida primary school. Nizipanyuka Nyama basic school. I was part of the poetry club. So, chakuma rehearsal, so then I realized that I was never really good at poetry fully, but I was really good at writing. So then I decided, okay, I'm just going to branch out and take it to Millennium when Kwani signed. And I found that it was easy for me to rap than do poetry. Yeah, so in primary, but developing it fully, I think secondary school.
Secondary school. Okay, like foot again one to one interesting, like whereby watch out discover like people inspire works that we are looking up to. Okay. Mafuna koche craft yanga iwonika ko hivi monga hivi ni bantu monga Marex abanda.
Okay, so I'll answer this in two parts.
Right.
The international artists and their local artists within Zambia.
I'm asking within Zambia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So locally, I would say Tim Thaga.
Okay.
Tim number one.
Right.
Dope artist, lyrical ability, delivery, and everything. Number one, Tim. The likes of Slap D. There was a time I used to be a heavy listener of Slap D. Then also I would say, as of late, Chef 187. I've been listening to a lot of Chef 187. Yeah, and Jakash Mula.
Then when you go pa grobo man, international kustangwa. Yes, sir.
All right. Globally, I would say America per se, but I would say Kendrick Lamar. Number one, Kendrick Lamar. Then number two, King Los. After King Los, I would say J. Cole. I've been listening to a lot of J. Cole. Dope guy. One more. I would say artists of Swazvika, but they're really good. There's a guy called Khan.
Alright. Now let's get back in McCain. Now I would like it. Iwache munga like independent boy che ku McCain mandela che zina che opanga che chongo first like na bwana onako kuliko vile na bwana na bunga kwa social media abola kambati though ati ucha act munga ndiwe victim but ndio na ambisa beef so inanifuna manje unchaile ku explain bari Venom ya mele kambati ala disinga bonse denze kamboze ida stachani. So now let's talk about Venom track. The Venom Yakudara, was it used in 2023 or 2024?
2023, 2024. So.
Alright, now let's talk about Venom. So
alright.
And tell me Venom, we let's talk with my inspiration. Not what you are talking in the Venom or bunch.
Okay. So and that's a really good question. So it's good that I'm first.
Yeah.
Because but once you're with them, they don't really have an idea of how things started. So Vinamba, so way back ku McCain, I noticed that when the artist was here, both my ladies and my guys, so there were some would you accept that we have this one, Jazambo Cha represent, but you look at their career,
I do work in short.
They were good, but the time okay. But they because selfishness, attention support your own pastor senzo using ku building away nangu then no chama reach out kuli party nangu ya Lusaka vyabaso because the whole point of you representing Kochokera ni kucha introduce one west kuziwa kudu we have this much talent here vyabaso they never did that. So man napanga okay, I'm going to do something that will spark a conversation mu McCain it will cause a conversation in the sense that artist was siana westizi wa Zambo Sokolo kamaize they'll feel like okay, this is something I can participate in. Then at the end of the day bantu bakambocha engage mu conversation Zambo namngati tension ya mo building am again then now and other parts Zambo paying attention there's something happening here so ndikwenda shokera Venom. The idea of Venom was it wasn't a diss, right? It was a challenge in hip hop. So I basically said, chite na chite na chite na chite, I feel like I'm better than you. Because it's hip hop.
So it's more like a statement.
Yes, it's a statement. Exactly. Oh, I feel like I'm better than you. And let's have this little thing, so we prove just to see who's good. So it's a friendly competition. In hip hop, what's hip hop without competition? So there were some that were way above in it. The likes of Mungat Fresh P, Fresh P. By then it was J Kid. I was my guys ukamvira vezo chaya during that time, like my guys were way ahead. So then kuna okay, I feel like nimchira kwa my areas also, but in mentioning part of this conversation we all benefit because bantu kamungana ije competition shani bantu kamu paying attention. When I was discover through your artist, nine was discover through doing so I was like, regardless of who wins in the end, we're all going to benefit from this. So it's going to be a fun little thing. So yeah, Venom. Then man, in an a challenge, right? Here's the important part. Yoma Misawambi. The statement, let's have fun, let's compete, let's see who's better. Why is it? The statement. So man, the boys in the other court, man, ujawana mentioning amuntu, they get to decide how they respond, man, and how personal they can go. I get it.
Yeah.
So in an actual statement, I'm like, I feel like I'm better than you. Then my ever from proving wrong, man, even that I decide whether to go personal or to just keep it fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a thing into point in Zakambari Chao.
Okay, so like Monga Vea Kambam guys, Nena Vion and Vazona. Quite okay. Venom Munacha benefit. Because of Venom, my artists Bambi in Namizi, Mamadex, Vena Casto, most of the time Vena Divo, Venom, it's because of Venom Sons of Azza. It's crazy. Venom in a boy Chokakang 2023, 2024. No name Venom 2026.
Impact, na influence.
Yeah, big time. So man, so Venom ya boy choke.
Yeah.
Then after time na bwana mvera ko nice bana boy chosa ko ma distract ya tatu.
Yes.
But dialogue Johnny Russian Miza 1 2 kana 3
3 na gwerero, but it was Russian Miza.
Okay, so then now you came back like after Baba Chosa. Yes. You tried to do Scorpion.
Yes.
Scorpion bagamba. Muri mabazi. Every note na pangono bagamba. Like so manje why like after job was after what was a Venom statement but I don't say maezi then watch decide what was a Scorpion. Wow, na chosa Scorpion first.
Okay. Asking good questions, or is it? Good.
Hello guys, apaveli funa kaya nkamba si nikazungumza chizunguro chanchani ya tanakamba zungubela ngusana understand. So nipempa koche na iwe kazinda koche nyanjo kazibalance ako so chabe sura ma audience once that you understand. You know what I'm not studying waziba.
Obudisinga wali.
Yeah. All right.
So like I said, muri Venom napana mentioning artist wambili 15 plus. 17, right?
Yes.
Yeah, napana mentioning mazina yonsa. Then among the names was my guys when I'm with Zavro, when a Divo, when Ice Blaze, when a Dialogue Vivaso. So manje, in a Wanapanga statement, I have to wait so that what I respond. Why is it?
Big time.
If you check, you find that Ondia JR, and I trust on a video, your district.
Take down,
right? Yes. That was the title, yeah. I shall respond, Chings that shall respond, Ice Blaze a drop, a Dialogue will drop. So I'm like, okay, for me to respond, I need to wait for once that I respond so that I know how to go about things, because that we can drop a foot and I respond. By the time we go see the competition, you should have been in an album, you're my distracts, so easy. But career artist sing and catching my distracts, so I'm like, okay, let me wait. Since not throwing a statement out there saying I'm the best, I realize that the singer back, I'll have to see you. I'm never ready to compete. Then in count, okay, I will never qualify, so then I'll respond. So manje, I waited on your dropper. The good part is was always target in so shooting very close, very close. So I was dissed by Junior on their Ice Blaze, na Dialogue na Venangu. So manje, coming to Scorpion manje.
I'm done asking. So like wakamba mwe after bachosa about outside watch a Scorpion. Now let's dive into Scorpion. Tingene munyembo Scorpion manje. This is the interesting part. So like manje sunamvele ko mangati unaenda personal maningi mu Scorpion like unangenera bad guy so na mungu nafitenga maningi personal like unakamba kanga nivazona maningi vijo
nivazona maningi
nangene maningi personal
ana and here's why. I'll explain something very now zebubo bantu pa media. The title Scorpion actually kuri Mortal Kombat, right?
Alright.
And what makes Scorpion different from my characters was from Mortal Kombat is because his whole journey isn't about winner competition, so it was just basically taking revenge kuri Sub-Zero, right?
100%.
As of actually revenge because why Sub-Zero ndiye anapaya mkazi wa Scorpion, so I agree.
Wait, what so yeah, so kugira pakama so manje apareni just ask like tangenamo manje mwamene mu Scorpion.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Kanga ni 15 ngani 10. That voice note face. Let's now talk about that voice note. Let's see, like na jarai mwati ice breeze na kunyonga gero. Then akuzinga manje monga like avo monga kuno bantu bambo kamba face. I'm interested to know that part, like was the voice note genuine in their zone or one?
Yeah, the voice note is real, and the person is real. So much so that if you ask for a dialogue, who is my opponent currently, he can be truthful enough to admit that it's a voice Nyam Girls because Ujam Girls arambio ziwa dialogue arambio ziwa ice nkaribo mziwa na vaso mwege.
So manje like isetinamvera kudi side ya ice breeze monga mu district yake. Na muyako manje vebatine Austin na vebatamba na benangu badi interested manje like mugyozi anabwa speza mo bwanje nze bwanje face iwo ndona mbidi omfuna oro ni ice breeze oro maybe once munzo mdongera oro bwanje part manje nfuna no nizibe maybe na vebatamba oro na bwana chako observe ndeve benzo ofunza maningi so I'm interested to know that part.
All right, so I'll explain it simply, and I'm a very honest person, why is it? And being straightforward. Even though I'm being sort of corner, but they get hurt, why is it? They're very emotional, but I'll be very honest and truthful, why is it? So, I understand what Dola TV, my viewers out there, which I understand why girls are not special motion. So it's simple. Ice Blaze, but this thing I muri distract yake by the late. That's the title of the diss track. He mentioned my ex. So manje, like I explained earlier, I made it clear when okay, this is when the people that I challenged, telling them that guys, this is friendly competition, right? So the boy is in your court, you get to decide how personal you can go. So surprisingly, in his response, put this thing in the mind, guys, please. About mentioning more ex, so I'm like, okay, we would have decided girls don't let them of your vaso because what do some see? But you've chosen to play that card, or mentioning more ex one, and how do you expect me to feel when mentioning an ex for your vaso? Especially the fact that me and that ex are very cool for your vaso. In Martin, but dollar example is up passanai, Nevanjili, Imumu in the parade, nam girls, then guys abakamba vote pali Ujam Girls. Automatically Ujam Girls actually expect that you stand up for the girl. Why is it? You try to protect
100%.
No more shit. So man, in the same scenario, man, that person being someone who was very close to me, I'm dragging a manjemuli beef. Why is it? So in a man, I took it upon myself. I'm like, I need to defend this girl because she's being brought into this because China. Why is it?
Wait, before I bomb child defend, the part I want to know like who made the girl first? Was it your Ice Breeze?
Ice Breeze.
And so like Ice Breeze, was it dating the girl? What?
No, they never dated. In fact,
in the part manje, nifuna we try understand the most question yanga then we yanke once abantu the part very interested. Like unakamba Ice Breeze na kunyonga gero ka. So meaning like futa geni at Ice Breeze nzo tuma pantomaki. So like gero first o ni gero then Ice Breeze nzo donkera the oro manje wafika ko chewa tenga or maybe chanchan first up and the party interested man the pet funo ziwa mani.
So I'll answer your question truthfully. Why is it? I'm a very honest person. Right? I've said this the second time. Why is it? Normal scenario, I'll say this before I become a video on side. If you had never mentioned my ex, why is it? I wouldn't be talking about this, but you played that card first. So manje, I get to decide how to respond. Veona ushawe mwini vya vaso. So, dola. Ujamgea zinamzi through ice and through a dialogue. Okay. We used to meet somewhere through a dialogue. The girl would come over vya vaso maizi. Then I noticed that she only talks na ice blaze na a dialogue vya vaso maizi. Then mazi acheja kwa njida girl wakaona musho. Then I asked him guys, boy, ni homie kaidi maizi. Boy, kashika bwanya maizi. Guys amonipasa data maizi. Oh, zina so kapezi kapaso shasha vya vaso maizi. Next time kabwe the same scenario, ignoring everyone else, kakamsa dialogue na ice. Anamfuza yo bina bwana. Wa kakaripo sheka gero vya vaso. Anpasa inform guys maizi. Fast forward, this one time, I called the girl by her name. Na bwana mkambisa maizi. But dialogue is the present, na ice is the present. Na kambisa ya girl. Shani had a little conversation na Eve, we talked. Kaenda kagero maizi. So man, here's what surprised me maizi. The boy peze kati. After kagero kaenda, ice got upset maizi. My yogo ndiye ya bwanji. What do you mean maizi? Akagero mazoti makafuna shani. My movie on botea ni ya bwanja. What surprise, man? I'm like, ew. All this while I've been asking you information, Parika girl. You don't fit in that data. Then why are you here getting upset that nakambisa kagero?
Evidence funga so chita mwakambira funga ta boy. Kagero makambira pola ka orwa kali muntantigo rather than kwamba kupasa data ona ka.
Exactly, I agree. That was the manly thing to do. Why is it? Mzako ngati ni home ngomza abaya wo. Apanian push na mafa. It would have solved everything. Why is it? So mine, what surprised me and what pissed me off was the fact that after namukaka misa manji, namukaka misa, that's when he had the guts, my caps and my I woke get a cozy on a ziva shishan was a. That's what Bwan you never told me. I can't read your mind. Why is it? You're supposed to be. Hey, I agree. I've been asking you multiple times. Bwana uza pikan karagiro, the one uza zina kefish, and I got all this information from you. Was funga was sensing. I agree. Why would I be asking about someone who I'm not interested in? I agree. So my you didn't move, why is it? But you know what I did? After your mind, I thought, okay, since so fangati no I'm going to fika ko first quick gero. I'll take a step back. Mfune gero, why is it? Okay. I took a step back. I'm seeing them guys, why is it? A month passed down the line, why is it, right? Then I did some asking, I think about a dialogue. Finish the bwanja way, but I connect na ngubwanji.
Nambo chitika or bwanji.
Exactly, right? No, but I'm bow.
So in short, you got rejected when I'm can.
Yes.
Never worked out. Can boy.
Why is it? Yeah, picked your opinion. All right, cool. So since in a bounce I have been, guess I'm free to shoot my shot. Not so.
Big time.
No. I shoot my shot. Get a kavomera. Why is it? We started dating.
Okay. Why is it? Wait, before manje like uja guy tadianza ni bro wako maninka.
Yeah.
So after manje bamukana so nabona kuchata manje bazanonera mu bwanje just stuff we just so
no it's a mwiri imangala so I know my principles and I know my codes why is it when I'm operate so I can't date your ex.
Big understand time, big time 100%.
But if it's someone you've never dated before then automatically that means I'm free to shoot my shot. Unless you're the thing going on. But nothing happened.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I approached the girl. So I'm like, okay, these people have never dated. They were just hi, hello. I agree. I needed that type of thing also.
Okay, now I can continue. Kagero kavomera.
We start talking. Why is it? Then relationship Shanshani. There was a time we were reviewing how we met Shanshani. So and I asked her like, what made you like agree to date me? So then the girl started telling me stuff. Initially I was being told not to accept you by cheating.
I want to know the name. That's it. Behind cameras.
Because reason why I can't mention the name is because I haven't yet confronted this person. Why is it?
All right.
Because dialogue namchapo confront. Ice Blaze, I think we've had that conversation, but after me and the girl started dating, dating and we were cool. Later on, he started dating another girl. Okay, as far as I know.
So my inspiring information is about girl actually that I was told to never accept this person. Then what happened?
So the girl was being told that the girl was being told that you ufunga careful na guys as a player no game stuff like that
boy
stuff like that why is it so I'm like nani why is it oh cheat why agree
right
then she said something about Piscati Venza na Bwanuza the same person Venza Bonuza in a more like he hinted towards something to this girl isn't right in some sense so my god muza tiwaka mbakonjere sin kuzana straight yakonjere akagero saka dating why is it but wakambashe point ya kuya bit okay it's something negative why is it don't go for this why is it indirectly why good so like the same phrasing the same type of words na vinangu I can't disclose this yet but whatever he told me never never end was an girls
so na boganza brain yako like watenga 1+1 nafaka 2 obona mongara ikinna bwa kudi wata na divorce umimba na veve kubebe bazuwa imba kusinaenda na kudi divorce but na wewe ujana iwe bebe anachita deni
yes my girl so I'm like okay I'm a man why is it I don't have to react emotionally why is it
big time
the least I can do is try to find out if this is true why is it if for conclude then need ombozonna muntu maybe kapara wa reading actually that wrongly so why is it
okay
so I connected the pieces I found a way to find out if whatever the girl was telling me very true and Venezuela guys are very true why is it I came to find out in and out of girls were never supposed to be a thing why is it because it's more like because kuluma na kufuzili ya so
they are against your relationship
yeah so no not one mili just
yeah they was never okay yeah okay like now na munga tingasikamba hapo che
so
now
yes like I conclude kwenye mfuna
kudi point jamanje ijaite engo tuma panto ngepe nifuna manje imagine like iyo manje maenda kwa dialogue wa propose wa jagero bambo dating aisazia wa dialogue automatically na bena panto manje why atuma foot panto kwendo chacha ni foot kwenda it's a pants I did that
what dollar muri shop why is it I live in a double why 2020 zingati motuma komzako and I didn't know why is it I only found out through the girl why is it the girl was open enough and I asked around I got to know mngati your family pom girl shesha so and cinema for no thing what if the girl is lying to me why is it so that's the reason why I should verify whatever the girl told me and it was true I now jam girls they never dated that's the first point secondly they never talked about anything personal some is on a personal level thirdly the fact that some is on a personal level that's the reason why about to makupantuma more like I'm your maybe girls mfune kwa girl
this is now where it gets interesting yeah now like I know like group someone asked this question like manje box atumeja voice note gero ati yo na vovara chanchana zenzo nipanga ni conversation bwanje nzedipo like zenze bwanje face hapa
Joamba conversation yakudala yakudala that's the reason why bakambanija kwanjira wacha find out kuti mzako maybe ama kuluma kumbali mwaizi but you keep it to yourself mwaizi you don't change mom treatingila uja mundu you keep it to yourself you're like even if financial backstab in this way I'll keep it to myself mwaizi uja mgirls Venzo try explain it was more Penezo I was really trying to find out that Venzo knows ambazo mwaizi like yo the guy got upset pali neshingu kambisa mwaizi shanisha baba so ati he was after you before in shanisha it doesn't make sense why is it maybe you had the thing going on your particular news why is it then the girl started being open I have nothing personal against the guy why is it she even told the dialogue why is it because the dialogue if it's truthful enough for next episode mkamuze dola Zambia yakwanje ngero nice pushing ngoma fouls guys why is it so the dialogue benza mangwa jabantonje iyo cheat guys ayisi chwe kama kufiringa he was among wajabantu why is it then kwenze kuma ina wina ngoma ma third parties why is it so nija binonje bezo somsunkira ma fouls guys then she mentioned bachite na wauza ine uyu muntu mwamunuza tini anifuna susuna so I don't like him why is it so it's nothing personal why is it I can't date him
my now I get why I don't like him na vya mavala chanchan okay now we are still into Scorpion like things come back padi topic I think vinga endere vinga chezere with data so mtapanga says ask my comment ngati mfuna foot trip but mkamona kasi saying kan comment amo chena vinangu now let's talk now muri same foot Scorpion now na bwange na bada dialogue ona ka iwe dialogue ndiwe tera umatunga vitenge Ubwa bakezi da umambisa mabiti chanchani manje face but yenze face manje tabwa kuri badaro like manje unangena maning person manje like uja muntu manje ndio source of income. Then manje futhi wabwa mungenela futhi ukasipima everything chanchani so nifuna ona ko manje like why did you do this dialogue?
But dialogue, it wasn't personal. Why is it? Point number one, I'll say this. If you've watched the lyric video, yeah, Scorpion, dialogues are not on the Def.
Yeah, big time.
Which are Ice Blaze.
Yeah.
That should have clicked something mind you and don't you? How come Ice Blaze are more Team Shock and a Scorpion and stuff like that? But dialogue, that was the first question they were supposed to ask themselves. Why is it? The answer is simple. Dialogue, it was never personal. Why is it? Never. Why is it? Just that what he did, his approach to a certain situation gets in a pange sense. So I'll fill you in. Frank, we'll push him one man. Zaita fast forward, like a time up. In a by this song, Latin Pesicanime, why is it? I'll look at what you do and I'll look at what my weaknesses, then I'll try to tell you, oh, here's where you can improve. Why is it? And I expect the same from you. But Nomzanga, Funga tend sharpening and I don't sharpen.
Dora pa ngatuma chato funa chako so apofunga wachitako so improve so ndemo idea
exactly my good. So na pesca dialogue, I made him a deal. Look, I have these guys that manage me, Wamacha control brand younger, things that you're supposed to pay for maybe 3 times more was about paying maybe half the price. Why is it? Because we put that through in why is it
now where the story gets interesting. Very hard.
Yes. So now I have a few guys. Why is it? So if you let me handle your brand, I'm sure I can improve it. So why is it? Now I'm gonna that why is it? Oh, people lacking why you're lacking, missing the A, B, C, D. He agreed. So the agreement was that dialogue managed to a certain degree. Why is it? One person ownership your account. We haven't changed. But dialogues now when I change from dialogue to log. L-O-G. Why is it? But they pass number meaning. My initials they pass number meanings. L levels, O of G greatness. The reason why I decided to change the name is because dialogue is a general word. Why is it? Okay, going at dialogue. Information in that by dialogue is up there. Why is it? But
the Vambidi. But the Vambidi dialogue control dialogue.
Okay. So man, I'm like this will ruin your brand because you don't have enough information about you. Team Kazone Kiraka first. Why is it? So you need to put your name in such a way that it is unique, such that Muntoka searchinga, the momcha appear first for Google. Why is it? It protects your brand. So he was very happy about the name. Why is it? The change number one on my social media account. There was this song he did with NK. I don't know the girl's name. Some song they did. I had my guy handle Binyama artwork in a Vinang. I have a process which I'm having voice that I'm handling. Why is it? Fast forward, I would say a month or 2 down the line, distract Russian Missile 1.
But by then you do much manage my account.
Yes. But before I drop a distract, the point I notice that my account from log. But we are back to dialogue. Why is it? I'm like, yeah, Bwanji be name. Why is it? We had an agreement. Then I knew that the only people handling my accounts didn't our dialogue. So if Ngatia changed, it means he's changed his mind. I won't ask Nzarika because the fact that we've changed without consulting me, it means he has already made up his mind. So no matter when I see the social media, a month or 2 down the line, I have a timeline. But yeah, it wasn't too long after that. I was drop a Russian Missile 1. Muka invest Russian Missile 1. He was saying. Iwe trip but when we Judas iwe unatenga zina yanga rogu waendo pasa mzako shani afu kazi ati ndiye niliko dialogue shani ijazina LOG ezeni yanga stuff like that pasa mzako. I'm like so I connected the pieces. Why is you? I have this guy Rogue. In fact, kuicha complete name yake ni Rogue Atkim. ROGUE. Why is you? You have a dialogue yenze LOG. Why is you? So I told him, there was a time I told him, oh, I have a guy, his name is Rogue. I'm handling my artworks. I can easily connect you so that you get a slight discount. We're trying to build a brand. We're running on a budget. Oh, so him guys again. So baby, in telling him that, baby, ni log. It's a log. You now pass the levels of greatness. So thinking I took the name that I gave him, nendo pasa mzanga mwaizi. Without doing research or asking me, iwe, wakamamza kuni rogue. Number more kama log mwaizi. Is it the same name spelling it? So he never did that. Because it was a conversation. It would have been sorted within 30 seconds. I would have told him, guys, look at his Mungati catalog. I don't know about catalog, but timeline. His name has always been Rogue Atkin. Spelling is Siana, the meaning is Siana. He never did that. So my kama mungamere bwanje, mu situation ya kwanjire. Muntu vindu vakanje sembana bwanje approach man to man nonifunza kwanje yo yapa bwanje. He never did. Went straight ahead and looked at distract man. Why is it? You're going to Judas, and now think about it. Why is it? What
you wanted to do is just to help.
Exactly.
But mistaken kindness could have been now.
I offered and I'll help you. I'll help you, Maizi. I'm not saying I'm bigger than but there are certain things that can easily look at it. Okay, at least I have advantages in the area. I would also want you to have my advantages in the area. That was the whole idea. He agreed. So man, kindness yang my one very one me. Eh, ni Judas unanibera zino pasa mzako na. So the dialogue, the fact that he didn't approach me, he decided to keep it to himself. When don't fuck up a record. Then also do this. I will also use the same approach. Why is it? Okay. Even since sunancha approach, inengakunga tumcha approach. Sibzapanga sense record ikaliko kubantu. Rather than the Judas, why is it? So we need to set that record straight so that when wazee kwenye sina bere pozi na sina pasipo na mundu ina nguzina. Why is it?
Okay. So manje like Joanna Kambati ama misa ma beat dialogue. Was it pace when the vazona or maybe when they share upset?
Okay. One thing about me is I'm never upset. It takes a lot to come by the mundu upset. Why is it? I know how to detach myself from my issues that involve my feelings.
Hiyo ni zone ya kamba me and him and I we had the like kakakwaro mu group wa babena ngbazi bandi sana chai ya tumya kambira nvazona on that one I agree.
So my name, like I told you, I'm a very straightforward person. Why is it? And like you said, I'm glad that you're being honest. Why is it? What scenario ya tu jawagamba imagine semena na fangati instead of nikuchana approach directly mochina kambisana. What if semena bwana ndo kamba cheko bantu wena ngani wa moyo uchashana semena panga sense, right? So manj, I'll clarify my part of dialogue, guy. But dialogue is more like what thing and fuck up. Why is it? When Veda. If also na mati nothing as ina koshana nvabuzi. Why is it? That's the reason why there's a difference between L and R. Why is it? You should have confirmed before going anywhere else. Why is it? So it wasn't a diss. Facts, things that he should have done. Why is it? That's the reason why I started from Scorpion visual. Then we gonna approach younger between Ice Blaze. It was a bit personal, but good dialogue. It was just me educating him. Why is it? Schooling him. Why is it? Something. Yes, I didn't so. If there's often so. The way I approach it, but as I decided to take the same approach. Dialogue was so if you want to come up and babos. So man, coming to your part, my but do I'm a He's a person who put up a one, but dialogue, I wasn't trying to embarrass him, but him being a teller. Why is it? It is so. Before the type of mission I put a teller. You can check my this records in about Kambu. Someone else even mentioned. Why is it? Oh, dialogue so. Then also, but dialogue, that's something he's never hidden. Why is it? It's public information. Why is it? But dialogue, he has this video, mind your own bine. Maclips here, I'm going to shoot in a mwemu shop mama chera to my bine my gate. So like this is public information. Why is it? So I wasn't dissing him. Nah, I was busy telling him. Away from rap, why is it? Rap scene, why is it?
Oh, gotcha.
Stick to what you're good at, why is it? Which is this thing?
So in short, what you meant is dialogue is work when it comes to rapping, but it's good for tunga. So I see a kurapa video work ya chai focus kumtunga viteng.
That's the reason why I'm going mkamba kukuka bine hapo what's the point? Tell one or two things. What's the point? I'm professional mkamba.
Kurichinja chizumucheva makamba wazungu atari brutally honest bagamba bita mbazona vaki. Okay, now
so let me check clarify. Okay. Yeah. So everything I was never dissing him. We shani. It's actually me praising him for one area, mwaize, telling him, oh, ukushita musho, stick to this, mwaize. This is your area of expertise. Stick with it.
Nice.
Okay.
To see
the mwaize, because I've tried telling you in person, aponga waking up, so I've waking it up, mwaize. So now I have the right to say, okay, udu work mu area so mwaize. I'm a big tension because if you check, dialogue if you pay attention to his music, to a certain degree, flow yabe vimamveka a bit old school, to midi Alpha Romeo type. Okay. At least kusait kwanga, I can't speak for everyone, but kusait kwanga ndeve mwimamvekera mwaizi. Oh, iveka old school mwaizi. And as you know, music might need to upgrade mwaizi. My new flow patterns. So you're like, this is how guys are rapping now mwaizi. But I would also want to see you incorporate my flow patterns, my rhyme schemes, my elements here panga rapper. You can't be good my areas mostly, but at least you need to have a flow you good attention yamuntu. So there's some other rappers they are good na vocamba but flow no wino. But at least if you go slightly advanced, then there's some they're good with flow but vocamba messaging on. So I've been trying to tell you need to balance up.
But you can point music venda vichinjo tukambira mangala makitu but out 2010 mabwa maifaka mona mwetiri pano that's waki sanga pita no pita so vonse che vintu vimapanga sense pa stage pa so mwakambira guys wa Darok back then my time yao vijavera maimba venzo panga sense but hapa ni vanyo okay now like outside of Scorpion touch kama Scorpion face tenzo tankara mama yani so banja hapa let's not talk about Osha manje Darok abora chosa manje I sing in that track Darok went personal to the point where even he said like iwe ntwe God kuderi godi futa genya ati sindiwe rich kiduma gula bovala vapasa rauda sembesa matunga sembesuma gula pona tuja topasa rauda ndwe chakorwa shanshani so manje first hapa we'll start with the issue of you being a chakoro ndo chakoro robani so anapanga
like I told you, I'm a very honest person, right? You know, if someone that maybe I don't even like, I can respect that. I'm real like that. You don't have to like the person to accept Vazo. So, muri ija scenario yaba dialogue. What he said about me being drunk and sleeping mu shop wow, that was true. It's all true.
Okay.
Yeah, because what happened was we were chilling with my guys outside shop yaba dialogue. In fact, we went somewhere. Then popita na bwana kumbe kulikoba comeback wa dialogue okay I need to pass by and we're checking a potential association so whatever we were drinking not knowing that guy wafakamu and me being the sober guy shan if I take maybe masip kapenya ngati wakaba especially ngati maybe wafakamu mashinaenda so that happened and it's so true it happened and I wasn't proud of it to the point that straight to dialogue. I sat outside the shop. I'm like, I respect him enough because I wouldn't want him to see me in this state. I sat down and I'm like, I feel like I'm going to fall. So let me just chill here for a bit. If I feel better, maybe I'll go home.
Okay.
Some lady noticed that dialogue, and he's seated outside. So he doesn't look fine. She called the dialogue. So that's how they got me. And I slept much.
Okay.
Mine is my spinning. Then fast forward, the girl came. Stuff like that. That's all true. The girl came. She was very sympathetic with the situation. I don't like seeing you in this state. Because this is how we know you, and this is a different picture of us. Then, fast forward, I think a day or 2 days later, after Nambila like back to normal and all that, in fact, after Nambila I went somewhere, because I respect for dialogue, so this kunyuma times 10, Singafune fana wanga no in that state because he looks up to me mwaizi. I went slept somewhere kwa mzanga somewhere chikuli guy just so mwaizi. Then
kunyumba sembe nako sababu bawe was
much respect for Doba Bond mwaizi.
Big time.
I'm a man and I can acknowledge when I was wrong mwaizi, and I can take accountability for that mwaizi. After a day or two passed, naenda kuliba dialogue. Ask him for next interview or something. Now I want that to apologize bagamba it just sinapange sense mwaizi, and I feel bad that you've nashed so mwaizi. If you have a good reputation here, then about bantu amne masako associate bamaoneka so bamagona and stuff like that's a bad picture mwaizi. So I need to apologize for that mwaizi. I put you in a position yes ipanga stage so for that I'm sorry mwaizi. I value the friendship that we have because there are things that I learn from you kabwela kono mwaizi. Sometimes when ngati mbevo chini mind check na ndo cheating mwaizi. So I apologize mwaizi. Brad Pitt. Also with the girl, we sorted out things mwaizi. We're cool mwaizi. Actually, when things ended between me and the girl, it was never a bad breakup. Which I wanted. Vasira moyamba na shenshan.
Okay. Now that time whereby he said like into a God do I could date the God.
That's cap. Vabos so why did it so? According to Nabai jam guys, it is basically he says Kaitima sends a night shift. So it's more like you guys don't sleep and the person who doesn't sleep and they work overtime now siku. God, why is it? She was watching a malonda. Why is it? That's what the bar was trying to explain. Why is it? As far as me being a security guard, I'm secure. That's false. Why is it? He was just trying to put a point across. So so
kaini concern that bine I went to the dad or go tungisa ko kabine. Sana bwana.
Ona tungisa. Okay.
So like na bwana mufunza. Manje ijala mwana kamba guy in God. Eva na bwa kamba muja mshopu ngatarimo. Nishingia gadinga. Akakomako nishikusara roko ndiye gadinga. So ndimo magadinga day God not as in God ndiye mwana mi.
Give it a meaning why not that the security guard why is it? So
do you pretend to be a rich kid?
No. No. And I'll tell it to you this way. And it's good that Muriapa imona itizo when I'm not outside Dollar TV so and I want you to confirm why is it? It's a point kwenzo kama is yeah you pretend to be a rich kid I heard all that why is it? But you know many honest why is it? Muzi outside that why is it? Ndiye mwenye nini wakamba kusimba pesa scenario wanje na pretend so man it's something that people assume about me why is it? They akuona muntu ambira momvekera they make assumptions so why
even me back then I even told you that
why Dollar big it's good none of it is good that you're here the same person Dollar nanoza pawanje moma mvekera mwaize nenzo kulipa mwene penzo kufakira mngati ndi wamachiki shan so before we met minama so ndiye yo mankana yo bantu bambiri mwaize about me especially pawanje considering how I talk and how I carry myself vima mveka mngati umazi faka but it's never that why is it ina wakamba momna kambia tinazomeka mwana wa machikisha did you expect in kutenda liani pina bwana konga I was the one that made the first move konga why is it what Dollar TV kat bonga mngati in full progress session
mchungepe
jena pampama why is it
draft shepherd
give any draft wakamba jena konga pampama wanja wakamba I see a vision in this why is it this can be big for the hood why is it let's do this why is it I humbled myself to that degree but you peskat run to matenga change image wambira momvekira shan they take it then for me it's never faked and I'll put it to you this way mazamens dina kajawanjiri for example kamba katikati majuwilo kamba ta akanikareza isaveka mga uslang why is it but if kamba akanikareza mchinyanja viveka nomo why is it so man we have this thing I want you the muntu ngadacha pronounce my words correctly imaveka mngati Ravipanga ni washansha vaso waiwe
ndebe badiko shansha ramazana manga sense bosadi da njana punzira chanshani okay
so yajabanga ni the slowness here abantu waiwe
okay then this part where I mentioned like even like anabom video anafaka moka kachani nishonyamra tuma trousers pana mnunga ine bwana sadi dako pa Jafes the bwana Jafes
is a dialogue I think he was trying to put a point across saying yeah guys
okay so like in bwana faka one person bwana mbati atumacha pretend that ndo rich kid then manje futhi rich kid sanga ende pasala urafuna enda kukomesa so kwathi ndevenzo funko
mwaona and they more like place contradict mwaizi and to me that works for me not against me mwaizi because the same clip that he took ni clip yena posting aine
I even saw it ku status yako
chan bagamba is a real mwaizi kwechokera bagamba you can't pretend bagamba mwaizi nija kwanjiri nasukuluka bosi za musho tanza kuba fyashi pa bond shansha so ija video la tenga ija ni video na posting kuri business account mwaizi TikTok. I make my clips showing my customers I'm authentic, I'm real, and this is where I get my things. I can't scam you. See, unlike my businesses where they just post my products, they don't know the person they're talking to. Also, why is it? It doesn't get them trust. So with me, I show processes, the delivery process, the buying process, the packaging process. I show everything. Why is it? So they decide that's all. So dialogue man, I think I heard the clip man from my flip it. So I'm like, okay, now upon mine the page that contradict mine. Because if I was pretending to be a rich kid, do you think I would be comfortable?
Okay, now we outside do usha dialogue anakamba what said now like very okay.
But your emotions man. Panza drop at this. Very important.
Drop at this. Yeah, drop way now, drop way.
So by the way, okay, let me just say this, right? Dialogue, do you accept that Venakusha explain pali rogue na log dialogue is wrong because every is a form of approach zina sina mbele tefyo so meaning namcha disprove muri Scorpion tefyo the only thing you were supposed to acknowledge I can't some guys nam dising verbals why is here if anything then is wrong because now we tana Judas situation but then I'm dising up on varo ma facts yaliko why is here so the fact that man wanted since I disprove that's the desperate act man you know of since ukancha this professor sekema every person venza mtela kwa attack the next because ukusimo like naluza manje waizi because there's proof waizi je jamaa trying to fabricate my story rich kid but I'm
that doesn't even make sense. Okay, now let's now talk the recently released like it was released yesterday by Icebreeze. It's titled the God Mode, something like that. In that track it was the like web person according to my own understanding. The point where I could call him with the group and go clarify where I mentioned your mom.
Yes.
The ex that you never fucked that down. No, sorry. PG-18. Let's talk about God Mode though. Yeah. Like after I invaded, like how was your reaction?
You remember pushing Instagram, but with me, I'm very good with not getting my feelings involved in my situation. Okay. So now Invader.
Wait. Before we even talk about that, I heard like you guys went to Apollo.
Yes.
Apollo experience at the Icebreeze and I perform a diss track kuja and they even supported the cheating.
That's the reason why my guy is very slow. My is thinking but is emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm just watching. My is just but look at often a review. My is whatever moves you take. You know when to act, when to respond. So my guys, they thought my silence meant nankala emotional maybe nankala. My is but think about it. Question I end up Apollo when much I mentioned. My is at the first stage, guys, I was full aware that. And guys, apart from my distract, but me being someone who doesn't get feelings, emotion,
I saw the video.
Me, the mission of representing McKenny has always been better than me, way bigger than my personal issues now, guy. So I'm like, for that same mission, I'll put my feelings young aside. I'll support Tashka McKenny. So we need to represent him. Why is it? So what is McKenny for? So man, if I think about it, if I was emotional, do you think I support any mention that? Why is it?
Yeah. Now let's talk about God Mode. So like after I Invader, the question still stands on the boy Invader band after I Invader.
Desperate act. You're trying to come up with things, but I made mention to him. Oh no, even though I'm a personal and by you took the personal angle by mentioning my ex in the first place. Why is it? Scorpion, I just flipped the same girl, those from Cherapo attack, Navi flipping against you. Why is it? So man, every man, I never done the damn brat. So he was busy insulting the girl. Why is it? When in the first place, even then I'm gonna go first. Why is it?
Okay, my idea is shade like I can't watch someone insulting my ex careers. So that's Vinasida I'm good team. Manje face pamoja chain ni kuliko na video miss hapa kudiveni kunazi. So like iwe inamba na voice note denye kuliko ija voice note ati. Bonza tribatenzo kamba vaboza ni mkazi wa zona uronie ai.
Vaboza wakamba ija. I don't know who I don't know who the girl he used. I don't know
oh,
voice is still accurate,
okay.
and with me, I have proof. Like I said, I'm cool with the girl. We talk, and like I said, even a dialogue on I confirm voice nyamene is yamene, because the dialogue was a voice, so that was just a desperate attempt of trying to show I can get away because double sided why is it? But within the actual sense, even Scorpion can go dropper. I sent the track when girls, the child review, why is it?
Are you dating Diva?
Yeah, but it's good that you've asked that, Mauricio. Yeah. And I feel like
wait, before you answer, are you and Dr. Minette?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then are you soulmates with Divo?
And here's why I respect that Divo, Mauricio. Because there's Tambiana Venom, you remember?
Yes.
Here's the part that people don't talk about. But now the record the Venom and Vibe to Vibe Studios, Mauricio. Tendo pesa kwa Wakamina. By then Wakamina ndiko nzeli kuja maizi. Nizo record that Venom Wakamina ali mwanvira maizi. And by then ina Wakamina stenzo kambisa na maizi. Ni jamaa unache pamija kuliko chite waso vya vaso maizi. So man, imagine Wakamba na record the project. Mumvia kutomula mwona zina maizi. How would you react? Right. So I recorded that project. I don't see yache Wakamina. I record dana with Michael wenzie moshani. We joked about it. You see the project. Later on, you drop a maizi. Now if I'm posting, hey, come again, stuff like that, like just building tension for me. Me and Mukamina were never talking. Maizi. Maybe we pushana chevro dina laka kwa sila, but never really mungati conversation. Maizi. In our Mukamina, we started talking. Pari bine ya Saif. Upon 2 meter phone. Maizi. Not knowing. First number I'm very kuri. Ivadola is telling me that. Oh, kwa studio seguka panyo. Maizi. Yana ya devotion. Oh, George. Napita cheso shape because him and I, like I said, we're never friends. Baba so wajua. Napata but ko share ba bwera waizi. Nani boy. Dino wakamina shan. Ku cipher waizi. Ngafuna wafaka move verse baba so. Divo na tuma nan beat. Atuma beat na limba verse. The record. That's how we started talking waizi. So my think about it wakamba kanje guys afaka my feelings aside, competition aside, that I decide to reach out maize. That's something I can respect maize.
Big time kama marapa mumina
pride bakamba ngache hai maize
mongo na pitisa che manje eva na cha doa pride ala kutumira cha bo mfuno cha koso na so when vanzel.
So I'm like, okay, since in Makeni Cypher, like I said, I've always been big about representing Makeni maize. So if it involves representing Makeni, put me in maize. I won't waste time. Then we started talking. Oh, I'm not supposed to do something. So my going forward, my number the same Cypher but posing attention, man. Then he later called me for that. Oh, but when to wash on the best verse, Cypher. So, oh, never wish ticket. I'll come through. Why is it? So man, I'm like, okay. In a normal opportunity, so since you're in a studio, and I have more like the psychology and the system, why is it? So let's work together, why is it? We build something to study Makeni Pamos, and this is something, mind you, that has never been done before. Makeni, why is it? Makeni, why is it?
You even remember me saying the same stuff. We were just from saying,
yeah. I saw that clip, and I respected you a lot for saying that because people are very honest, especially not publicly, because but the truth is the truth. We've never had something as big as that. Despite my rappers, but it was uniting us in some sense. So now there's a clip that I posted. It's there. Information. I said, let's set up a tournament. Whoever wins as a challenger, tension ya breathing Makeni rap tournament I designed the system ili mungati engine software wakamina manja nkana mungati ni hardware for software to run ifungo running up then for nanchi hardware to running manja yafunika software ndimo na bankai that type of thing. So
in short tema kamba hapa mchibemba tuma kambati obukali burayita okungati ko vikali na kufikali vikavuma ngati vaberera pamoja.
Exactly So I designed the whole system. Voting system is Ankara. So my rappers so even made my recommendations. Oh, rap ngatafuna cha contribute to come tournament better na HD photo because reason manasha so. And this is very important. Like I said, I've been helping my rappers indirectly without them realizing rapper tampasa my terms and conditions. Not saying everyone, but the majority, telling them that for around die. ubwe na HD photo ya ku studio mwaize something that we can use hapa artwork mwaize not ya konjere yangu dala weka faded wakamba bezoleta ma artist ma photos ta sevenzesa and acha upload as ma profile picture session brand ya monika go stable mwaize muntu onika watu oh ni artist mwaize cha invest but imagine ina nabona cha approach hapa konjere yo in the studio uchana shooting ma photos then we acha approach pa profile pa question azona mwati maybe from Kembola mwaizi
now napa jatonzo drop around 1 makenda tournament tabata vuti kama photos waba tambo basa kila bagao kaenda profile kwake pesa kuchoto pa phone waba tambo bakopa na pixel you remember
I remember bagamba and it's good that you know evolve mwaizi so bagamba indirectly whatever in a similar forefront but nachache design system mne helping our guy mwaizi because inanika kamba I'm someone who is being targeted sanga vimvera mwaizi so nacha create system ine konjere it's a non negotiable funga chao ina vive mwaizi in a way muntu kama stalking as an artist kuma kati muntu acha discover music yako mwaizi as a camera muntu this person looks well branded mwaizi and my brand it starts with video one my photo session and so
okay so kugura pakamo I think the CDs okay just go there so the part I want to know is now this yakutimanje tiri mwanze muri amene god mode dawabai akamadraginga ex wako guy abo akambaye mwana different mama someti you official explain then abo akamba kuko inaongana abo akamba like abo kamba yo vimbombo shamba yeah then push up on the class this question as vimbombo bako is a vimbombo bako
even kamba for example mungati it was all jokes mwaizi saying I did this it's all trolling and jokes and making things funny mwaizi wanjiri so he just took since I got off chose Avija so I'm not even mad about that mwaizi the only thing I was mad about in personally that's the only reason I decided to respond to
you mentioning your mom and your ex
those two things mwaizi
but according to him he said that you just misunderstood the lyrics he was saying like yeah he's on so akakupawa mamimba wako bazani ndo morning amanga vija manga ni madido kao that stuff I don't know
wakamba the certain limits mwaizi so immediately nikamauza undanje yo mami wako wazaka kulira waizi nimcha provoke paja waizi
100%
but ngamba nzaka kupa nikama niuza cheve waizi it's understandable waizi mwaza chara react neve amoli attacking but ngamuchamo involve my parents even if so tukuona directly just it's an insult ku dragging around to muri especially my parents in something as petty as mngati beef ya kumakeni etika bonga established mwaize you don't go around saying your mom nah that's off limits mwaize so I'm like okay this is indiscipline I need to discipline this kid mwaize
in evening chako cha advise malapas even ngubaka bocho sama this na beba kali kuchosa ona this don't mention like someone's real name is tribat not to mamanga mutumo ndina dora zambe then you go on and say chanchania just the name like yeah
ina wo idonga kambini idonga kambe kai so ni kazuta ina mkuu like that why is it so much to attack ina mkuu don't touch the people that are close to
I think mo god mode sina pezema vambili vetinga kambe poka
hivi kama mfano ashukuma wamba
we capture it for sake of that push up and the rest of the people now outside of my beef and this guys in the kodi my guys quite okay beef with best watch talk beef we got this like ipanga cha hype kuma Kenya but your target yako smakeni funo bro at the end of the day want to make a revenue out of it so very fun kochita monga iseba ku Makeni mukachosa district tuzaimvera tuzaikonka mukaidi we know you tuzwa na pem vyandira imagine someone from Furira someone from Copper Belt tuona someone from Livingstone akavimvera hey tribat chan nakunyonga gero you want to understand that so
yeah
because balance otherwise a movement kuma Makeni PTD #PTD achosa ina ngwakamba so outside of my beef now let's talk about like nyimbo yako yani which features Divo Kamina. Divo has been quiet and but I think Divo retired the music face the day I met Divo I asked him this in person like okay nzaka mleta check interview Divo anakamba tanade kama music but then now wapo mleta Teresa vonze che on point che Wakamba sense Teresa. So like manje idea Teresa inachoka kut first.
Okay. So before I'll just say this under maybe 15 seconds. I respect my studios yonse maize. It's not about me I'm neutral maize. Like I said, I'm not under I work with everyone maize. Recently nizina kuli vibe to vibe maize, and I can respect JJ Michael maize. Michael said the same exact thing very much wakamba wanjiri muntu okutali maize after checking out as an artist. If I'm a bit of my I understand maize, build a catalog ya wanjiri muntu akachenga, there are songs that they can relate to maize. Michael told me that wanjiri yo boy you've been more competing now my guys maize, but you need to start building more catalog yako so maize. I knew that my guys they were going to respond. I would have decided to drop this in angle, but I'm like, let me do something away from the beef. But
you said
the same thing.
Okay, but you think outside.
Yes, because for a very long time, for many years, and like I said, you don't have to like the person for you to respect them. What I've done for McKenny so far, even if I was operating indirectly, you can point at one. Okay, this wouldn't have happened. Okay, mupazo ya McKenny rap tournament na vinangu vina mukancho samwe ni wagamba as the centerpiece wagamba vonse vi crumbling because I started this whole thing. I put myself in a position where people can hate me. That's not easy. Wagamba sembe ni muntu ina wagamba sembe na semana folding under pressure. And wagamba I'll tell you this. When guy boza po even Divo alani uza vake but inaweza bomo. Pena drop a Venom. Ma threats wagamba inzo bwera. Wagamba kutumira phone. So I think about it, I had to endure all that because like I said, not everyone understands the friendly side of competition. When I'm very emotional, they're very slow. Wakamina also went through the same thing. I only found out recently after my Tambocha Connect veterans of posting about media and keeping it hip hop when I'm some of you want video. Ukando pita chekuru zakaona tumepo tuma threats zaka ushita kuipa. So all that wagamba, imagine wagamba when I dropped Venom till now, I've kept it to myself. Now imagine the amount of pressure that I've had to deal with. That's the reason why I respect Dead, the OG of McKenna. Check out Dead. Andrew Esa, yes, he told me, look, you were making noise even before I'm because that's the reason why people are still talking about Venom. I'm not bragging, but look at this is my pays attention. Vaso
kairi ine kuno kumakeni ngatuke muntu wenziwa maningi Divo pena bwera so Divo kairi even when I was in grade 12 Divo enzo nitumina po manyimbo enzo mention ngao maeneo mwa shadako kwaiso ndaka enzo kamba wazidaka yeah so enzo ngeda chela disinga nako so
I took it upon myself and wanted okay, let me help when I helping and I also learn from when I'm through the same competition. Why is it? Then also I want to shout out Kuri Vibes to Vibes. Why is it? Michael, Michael participated in the McKenny rap tournament. Why is it? Despite Michael
was it around the 3 or around the 4?
Somewhere 3-4.
Yeah, it's 3 years.
Despite him having the biggest studio so far, McKenny yet is he still decided that okay, I'll still support this movement. Michael, producer by now, he's also as an artist. He would have chosen Kunkara that Tambache. But I'm just pride. And these are my people. Let me participate in this. At the end of the day, we're doing this for the culture. Years later, we'll be happy saying, Paso at least. So him making that move, that's something I can respect deeply. It's really easy. When I'm interviews, pride. So I want to tell you as competition, they're forgetting the bigger picture. We're all benefiting from this. You're becoming part of the history which create McKenny.
Okay, now let's talk about Teresa, which featured Divo Kamina the okay, once the chef in a Tenga Divo Teresa Chanchan. Let's see ina idea and inspiration in Nachoka Code.
Idea and a bit after actually before the Apollo event that we had Kulusaka West.
Okay.
Like I told you, I've been operating in a software. When Wakamina much operating in hardware. So I might not say things, but I'm
okay.
So after a Bueraja offer, there were other people involved. The likes of Awena Flexi, when I said Muta, they brought idea pa table. Why is saying we're going to have a show? Why is here? We would want my artist talk McKenny about performing or somewhere. Then I thought about it. I wondered, okay, McKenny, state here music ended up at. If we go there, why is it? Do we have my songs? I wondered, people young are vibing it too. Why is it?
Yeah, big time.
Because what's the point of going to rap fast per stage in my bars? People have no time to break down my bars per stage. Why is it? They only have time to like have a good time vibing. That's the reason why Nando perform an unreleased track. I mean, yet today I could drop. Why is it? I performed Teresa. Why is it? Because I knew that if it's a video hardcore and people can't relate to that. Why is it? I need, as an artist, it's all about knowing your audience, your market. Why is it? If you're selling as an artist, do something that pleases them. Why is it? You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the audience. So I performed the track, but I knew already. 98% I would say I'm an artist. But the my songs are danceable, people that they can groove to per stage. So like okay, away from the beef, I'm building a catalog, and that's what Michael also told me. Brand separate yourself from this. Why is it? Do something different, and that's how Teresa came about. Why is it? The whole Teresa idea, and I'm by the idea in Wakamina. Why is it? So much beat, and I'm like, this makes sense. Why is it? And also, the reason why Wakamina hasn't been active, it is simple. It's not easy pulling something off Mungati Moedi McKenny rap tournament. Why is it? You're dealing now from a different backgrounds. When I'm schedule, then doing all that in a space of 1 week to drop around. Why is it? That's hard. Why is it?
In a I'm sure I understand. Akaidi kuri marapa zwari anda Wakamina sounds. Abacha manage na eve vake.
Yeah.
Meja kaisvingas balance amo.
That's the reason why. Now, but I'm trying to respect him, guys. Away from us, never speaking Kudala. That's the reason why we work well, maybe together now. Because Mama can be the artist under his wing. Why is he? So, man, Mundo's child sacrifice for the greater good. Tournament here and promotes in a success, despite my issues in the Bangkok recently. But regardless, tonight you wanna want some. Mundo's child sacrifice. Acha manage na artist when brand yake ifaka separate wakamba. Why is it?
Then I saw on your Facebook official page.
Yeah.
You are appreciating who is this guy, Evado Reza.
Yes.
Was he also part of the project?
Yes, Evado was. And the project was about 95% done.
Right.
We were just busy spicing it up. Then there are some vocals that I can't do. I'm learning. But knowing Evado is talented, why is it? So I knew that vocal Evado is in a fitting, why is it? So come with Teresa, my deep voice, second Teresa. That's Evado, why is it? Okay. So like this will be catchy. I want you to and it does that, why is it? Okay. So despite it being an official feature saying tribute featuring Divo Wakamina and Evado Reza, in backing vocals,
more like a vocalist.
Yes, so I'm like, okay, I'll still appreciate him, why is it? He came through. So, and at the end of the day, I want people to also know him. He can work per project. That's the reason why I took it upon myself. I appreciate Evado, thank you. You did great. Project was a success, and finally it's out. So I'm sure I have a win, and I'm very okay. Project your dropper. I'm glad that Nacha contribute to the part.
So guys, don't forget to check out the list. It features Divo Wakamina by Tribat. Nice song, once on point. But you know what vending up funika video. Teresa needs the video.
Funika strip club.
Don't forget. Okay now. So like Vetsha expect like apamanje my fans wako na venangu after Teresa na vichani manje Vetsha expect from Tribat.
Okay. Azakuya Divo but in Zauru, right? Divo that's Jimbo. It features me, it features Jay Slazzy, I think, and it also features artist Arianda Wakamina, BK.
Right.
Dope hip hop song, why is it? Okay. Then away from that, Kulin side, I have an EP coming up. It features a Divo.
Okay. Let's not disclose the Bambidi. Some guys are na EP. That's what you have to know. Are na EP and it features a variety of artists. Okay. So now, as we are concluding, I just want you to look mu jam camera so like uze ko mafans bako kwebanga kupeza or maybe weza tamba che first interview yako bamvera tabanga sense ngafune nambera ko gayo banga chite bunch mpemba ko beba kopa muziminye nkoni apapia kambaye.
All right.
You start by your name, your social platforms, blah blah that stuff.
All right. So my stage name is Tribute. That's capital letter T, small letter R, small letter I, capital letter B, 3, capital letter R, capital letter T. I'm very sensitive about the spelling. Now, I'm one person who doesn't believe I have fans yet. I have people that support me heavily, and I don't take those people as fans. I feel like watch a Bilito. I take those people as family. Because someone taking the time out of their day to check out your projects, that's a lot. For me, that really means a lot. And I have people that they show up in the comment section, and I'm really grateful to those people, and I would never see them as my fans, even if they think they are, I don't know, but clean excited, we're family. That's the reason why I respond to messages, I engage in my work. It's all about growing together. So I'm glad that I have people who have supported me since day one, and it's genuine. If there's something that I need to work on, no one knows. So I'm glad that I have such people in my circle. And some people when I discover through and they appreciate whatever is being done, and I'm really, really grateful to those people. So the only thing I can tell you is I have more works coming, great production, branding, everything. So be on the lookout, and I hope you'll be as impressed as our recent projects.
My social platforms in the
everywhere.
So cool.
It's say for example, my social media platforms, Instagram, X, Threads, it's all Tribute. If you search for Tribute, when am spelling here, I'm the only person that shows up. Then my streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Boomplay, anywhere else, it's Tribute. It's just consistent. It's just Tribute.
Okay, but with the graph, I'm about to conclude. So guys, so the name Tribute, my invera spelling. Kumchecking a check my social platforms konse kuma TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram na vinango. So guys, I recommend na message. This message goes to all rappers wafuna mujisinga bena chanchani na ma advice manja pamanje imanje osa smile barangane wapase on in Tribute as well conclude.
And I'll tell you this. If someone else comes per platform, I don't have my verbals for receipts, we'll expose them for lying and we'll bring it out in the open. It's what I expose, but if it's going to be friendly, cool, we'll play, but I'm not playing, for me to be even if it's something that people can't agree, I'm currently holding the crown, not because of shame got my boss, but king in influence, and impact. Look at how much I've done so far on ground, away from that booth work, my interviews
almost everyone.
When I sacrifice or think about resources capturing a voice and everything so behind the scenes.
It's just that the best thing that can be so guys, there have it.
Peace out.
And so today I hosted Tribute.